tonight on Code 20.
I've got some major flooding here on the freeway and cars are coming in super fast. As you just saw, there's cars spun out all over the place. If Tay says it's good, then we know it's good.
814, Roger. Give the patient in your radio station. We have a patient and her mom down the street, away from the fight in progress. Traffic, south of Tampa, approximately half a vehicle TC. Confirm vehicle TC.
That sounds like vehicle.
Towards Ventura. I'm only able to copy towards Ventura. That's Tampa, heading back towards Ventura.
Okay, so we're in a pursuit. Now westbound. Great. So we're on a pursuit. Sounds like the vehicle. Let me back it up. Ventura, you can see all the helicopters ahead of us. Ventura County Sheriffs were in pursuit of this vehicle. It's a red SUV. And we're not sure what the one is. They're saying possible DUI. Vehicle was driving on the 101. They got off over here in the West Valley area. It sounds like he's going up and down Tampa right now. We're at Reseda, so we're one major away. Foot bail. Okay. Well, never mind. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he jumps in a car or something stupid. Foot bail on Tampa. Okay. So they were in pursuit. It came out of Ventura. Suspect jumped out onto surface streets here. Ventura County Sheriff's kind of backed off on it. The speeds were accelerating. It was getting a little crazy. So Ventura County Sheriff said, we're not. Oh, they got him detained. They got him detained. I copy, one detained just north of the 101 on Tampa. 455 is going to be waiting for the code 4, and then I'll be clearing 101 at Tampa. So he almost made it to us. We were on a convergence path, and then he had a minor TC. It sounds like traffic collision, and then it sounds like they just foot bailed, and they already have him 1015, which is in custody and in cuffs. So at this point, we're going to let it go. But yeah, it was kind of interesting there for a second. That's why we started to get involved, is because it was Ventura County Sheriff's. It sounded like maybe LAPD was going to pick it up. That didn't happen. CHP was then with the vehicle, and then they got behind him for speed because he was speeding on Ventura. If he was going the speed limit, they probably would have let it go. But they because of the speeds involved, CHP lit him up. They went into a very short pursuit. CHP is very aggressive, and then this guy was not able to keep it together, and basically that was it. So they have him in custody right over here. We're gonna kind of come up to the intersection here. We might not be able to make the turn just because of the amount of equipment over here. I don't really want to get us jammed up. There's no freeway on-ramp here, and I don't want to get completely stuck. Ooh, 6 car.
We do have multiple patients. As of right now, I got a patient count of 3.
Wow, 6 car. Ooh.
2 BLS. Give me a 1-800 ambulance and additional.
536, where are you? Let's see if we can get Gabe over there.
Rescue and engine 35, different respiration, 5223 belongs to.
You can see him right. Where are you specifically?
1796. Updated location will be 8867 South Central Avenue.
Southbound 170 at
Okay, southbound 101, right there. Southbound 101 at Vineland. You've got a TC. Sounds like 6 vehicles involved, 1 critical, and you're going to be Johnny on the spot. I'm going to be clearing off of this pursuit, but yeah, it's on LAIT. Yeah, so take a look, Tay. You can see you'll see all the CHP guys. I'm sure Ventura County Sheriffs are there now. Yeah, and they're taking them into custody. So we don't have passing on that. We're gonna let it go, and we will go find another story. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting pursuit because it changed hands so much.
EMS 14, Battalion 14. You also have TAC 17 attached to your incident.
Okay, they're sending the battalion, and you got TAC 17 on your incident. 455 is clearing off of the pursuit. So yeah, all the news choppers are overhead. I'm sure we've got, I think ABC was live and a couple other stations.
Southbound north of Lancaster.
So,
Lake Central is 97 and also City Fire 87 there. The center
you know, I'm not 100% sure because I'm hearing both now, but LAIT has it at Vineland, but I do see, hang on, it might be the Lancashire one. So Gabe has we were busy on this, and now there's a... Okay, yeah, you're right there then. Handle it. Okay, and 455 is going to clear to the base. So yeah, I would... sorry, there's a lot going on. We've got 2 traffic collisions on the freeway ahead of us here that Gabe's already at.
As for the companies that are already not committed to the freeway, it's going to be the Lancashire off-ramp off of Ventura Boulevard.
Okay, there you go. Jump off 536, get off the freeway as soon as you can, and then go for the Lancashire off-ramp so you don't get stuck on the freeway.
Yeah, the exit shutdown.
Yeah, he'd be able to make access from the off-ramp. Hopefully he doesn't.
At Riverside, thinking it was at Vineland at the off-ramp there. I'll take Ventura all the way down.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just make access from the off-ramp. And okay, I'll clear. All right, sorry, we got a lot going on. Sorry about that. It gets a little bit hectic.
I only have 1 CHP officer on scene. He's got the whole thing shut down.
Jeez.
I'll try to get traffic moving for you.
Okay, we're gonna clear again. Just a little recap. Long story short, that guy's in custody. It sounded like a possible DUI driver. I didn't really get too many details because it came out of Ventura and we're not monitoring what they had exactly, not directly. So whatever the want was, at this point we don't care because he's in custody, that's it. We didn't have passing on it, so we're gonna let that go. Gabe has 2 traffic collisions being reported. He has one at Vineland, 1 at Lancashire, but it sounds like they might be one in the same. They were just reported at 2 different locations, but I think they're... Okay. Copy 784 and 536, I copy. And I think they might be one and the same, those TCs. So they did report 2 traffic collisions, but LAFD is there. They just opened up TAC 17 for operations on that. And it sounds like they have one person in critical. They didn't say, I'm not sure if they said trapped. I don't think they were trapped, but they're in critical. So pretty serious traffic collision. Those off ramps are very close to each other, so I could see where there's a little bit of confusion. We're not handling that. Gabe's handling that. Once he gets there, then we'll kick it over to him, so you guys can see what's going on. Obviously, right now we've got rainfall, as you can hear, probably pitter-pattering on the windshield as we're going down the 101 southbound toward the 405. We've had this cell coming through for the last 4 or 5 days. It's been 4 days now? Yeah, about 4 or 5 days. It's like non-stop with the rain. We've got quite a bit of rain stuff going on. We had that spin out you guys saw earlier. It's just a non-stop thing with the rain, with the downpour. We got a full staff out. All the guys are out doing their thing. We've got EAD up in Lancaster, Austin Dave in Santa Clarita, covering the Santa Clarita Valley. We've got us in the San Fernando Valley, and then Gabe was trying to get downtown, but now he got a little bit side a little bit diverged into this incident that he wasn't, I think, expecting to deal with. Either way, he's there, he's handling it. Like I said, once that's up, once we have a little more information, I will kick it over to his footage and we'll take a look. But again, he hasn't made access, he hasn't filmed anything yet, so I don't want to prematurely say, hey, we have it, when it might be not as crazy as we think it is. So that's what's up. We are out again. It's going to be crazy tonight. I looked at the radar and we were seeing yellow and red on track for where we are. So again, we need to be a little bit, we're extra careful tonight with the speeds, just kind of cruising around, making sure that we're taking our time, we're going extra slow, driving in accordance. Oh, we had a vehicle spun out right there. Look at that. Facing backwards, wrong side of the freeway, or on the other side of the freeway, you see him? Yeah, he's facing backwards. Let's see what the CAD says on that one. That's, I don't think that's reported. I think that just happened. That is not on the CAD. That is southbound. You know, I might call that in if we don't hear it. Let's open up our radios here. I'm gonna call that in because I'm not seeing that on CHP's CAD at all. Yeah, nothing on the 405. Okay, I'm gonna call that in, and then we'll pick back up when we actually have a. And they're on TAC 17, so we'll be listening to that, and we'll come back. We'll come back with a little more information, and we'll probably have more rain footage, I'm sure. So you can see how hazardous the conditions are here. Single vehicle. He's on the side though, so that looked all right. We're gonna let that one go. There's been so many accidents so far tonight. And just to continue, Gabe did go to that crash. He shot it, sent it in. It's gonna be Studio City, 1 critically injured in crash on the 101 freeway. Alex, let's roll the tape and see what Gabe had on that. I think it was 5 parties injured and 1 critical on that incident. Alex, roll the tape. So as you just saw, there's cars spun out all over the place. We've got reports of spin outs all over. Only 36 reported incidents on the CAD right now, but most of them are spin outs and minor traffic collisions. The one Gabe had is probably our most serious one of the night thus far. But yeah, that's what we've got. We're gonna head back over to staging. We heard that just now, so we wanted to check it out, but we're gonna head back over and hurry up and wait. So when you see us again, we'll be heading to the next one. I'm here on the northbound, this is the northbound 101 and the northbound 170 connector will split, the transition road. This leads to the 101, and then over there leads southbound, continues southbound to the 101. This is the 170 to your left here, or behind you guys. I've got some major flooding here in the here on the freeway, and cars are coming in super fast. We've already had 2 or 3 near-miss collisions. I've got this pole right here, which is looking fairly safe. The guardrail's been hit a few times. and we're gonna get some shots of these cars coming through and just having a heck of a time. Most of the cars see the water and they're avoiding it, but you can see you can see how large that puddle is. CHP is aware of it. This area always floods. Southbound and northbound, there's always a flood here. So I'm in a safe spot, and I'm fairly confident that we might see some bad drivers getting into some trouble out here. I'm gonna start here, and I might end up going further down. This guy's flying. I might end up going further down just to get a better vantage point on it. Yeah, there's been quite a few losses of control, some near misses, and it's pretty crazy out here with this puddle. All right, we just had one go through. It lost his bumper. Oh, got another one. Wow. Crazy coming through here with all these with these cars going this fast. Again, considering the conditions. Wow. Considering the conditions, you gotta slow down. This is crazy out here. And we do have flooding on the southbound side as well, so we'll see if what they end up doing. I assume they're going to shut this down. That's the last information we saw. But yeah, the flooding on the other side, we can see that from here as well. This is the safest spot we could find between the freeway here. When we're done here, I'll get a couple shots here, and then we'll probably head back over to the other side. All right, here comes a couple more. Let's see here. Cars are coming almost to a complete stop here because of the flooding. Not good. We got a car coming really fast here. Gosh, some of these cars are coming through. We're talking 80 to 90 miles an hour. And we actually just got one on tape. It was a white BMW southbound 101. Tay and I just got it on tape. I see CHP going southbound. They're probably coming to close this down. Let's see if this guy stays in the fast lane here. Yeah, he's moving over. Alrighty. So we had a near miss. Well, near miss for us, but we had an accident southbound 101 just now. Tay and I caught it on dash cam. White BMW traveling at a high rate of speed. In the turn, hydroplanes loses control, hits the center, sparks flying. I mean, it's nuts. So let's take a look at that while we're wrapping up here. So everybody's being pretty good. The rain has slowed down. The cars are moving over. The speeds are definitely a factor, combined with the standing water over there. It's probably about 10 to 12 inches of water at the deepest point. So it's not super deep, but as we well know, when you have standing water and you have a car going over it. Oh, I'm attached here. When you have standing water with a car passing over it, you can only go as fast as your tire tread can take the water out from underneath the tire under the car. A lot of these guys are going a heck of a lot faster than what that tire is capable of doing, and that's why we're getting these guys just floating on top of it, losing control. As you guys saw, we had that clip, somebody losing their bumper, spinning out. I mean, it's just kind of silly. You see what's going on out here. LA, we know LA's not built for the rain. Everybody knows that. But you know, these cars keep going through here. They're hydroplaning, and then they're hitting their brakes. And when they hit their brakes, when the car comes back off the plane, the tire that touches down onto actual concrete or asphalt first, that's the one that's going to grab it. It's never both at the same time. It's either the right or the left. This guy's flying. Two Teslas, they made it through okay. Jeez. I mean, we're talking easy 85. Wow. Oh, there we go. Like I was saying, just missed that, but that's fine. We have a spin out earlier. Never fails, right? I'm talking to you guys. I put the camera down for a second, and we get a guy losing control. But I'm like, I want to get out of here, but I almost kind of want to stay here because this is crazy. We've got two things we have to feed now, and there's a lot of mud down here, so we're gonna have to get out of here pretty quick. But yeah, people going, look at this Tesla flying. He's hitting road debris too, because people are going through and their bumper covers are coming off, and then people are hitting that. It's just, oh, big crash, big crash. Wow, big crash on the southbound side. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. So there's got to be flooding over there too. Ah, jeez, I keep getting stuck to my thing. We're gonna hang out here. CHP is gonna run a break now for this. Look at that, you can see the water coming up. That's a big, that was a big crash there. I'm gonna expect the same thing on the northbound side here. I kind of don't want to leave yet. What's that? No, there's a second vehicle blacked out down further, and they're coming through the water here, and they're losing control. Oh, hang on. Oh boy. He's on the, I do believe there is a shoulder there, so I'm not super concerned with him, but wow, you can hear that too, how powerful that is. Yeah, he's out of the car, he looks like he's okay. The one further down, I'm not sure though. No, that's the transition road. We'd have to shoot down from there.
No, he has to get up.
Oh, no, because he has a freeway on the other side. He's got freeway on both sides of him. There's another guy stalled in the center divider further down, and he's blacked out. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. So, again, I think we're gonna get another. Oh, he's trying to start it. Let's see if he gets moving. 243. Yeah, that was a pretty hard hit. That water over here is just crazy. I'm gonna go up on the side, see if I can shoot across. Do me a favor, just keep staying in the car where you're safe, and I'm gonna get a couple more shots, maybe another 15 minutes, and we're gonna get out of here. Once they have a break in place, southbound is done. So let's get some more shots and we'll get on. All right, got another spin out right there. Jeep going way too fast, doing about 85. This is like so hectic over here. This is just, I don't want to say it's pure pandemonium. It's not quite to that level, but it's definitely a major hazard. That vehicle in the center has its brake lights on, which is good. And all right, got another one on tape, northbound transition. We're gonna have I think we're gonna have another crash here. This is just
TC. Flood driving or TC?
spin out, and then he hit the guardrail. So got that northbound, and then multiple spin outs, and then we have our TC southbound. Did you advise CHP?
I shows him on scene.
Negative. I have no CHP units here. My concern is that one of these cars comes through, loses control, and hits this guy because he's in front of his car, and I don't know what I can't really tell what their status is. They're way further down. They appear to be stalled. You can hear a lot of these cars when they lose control or they go through the water like that, the engine goes out. And you heard that one guy in the truck as he spun out, he had to restart his engine. So a lot of these cars, they'll spin out and then they get stuck on the freeway. This guy is like up on the side, but yeah, quite the newer, heavier cars seem to be doing okay. The Teslas, surprisingly, are going right through this stuff. I don't know how. Obviously, they have assisted driving systems that are helping them get through it, but you can see the older model cars are having a really hard time navigating water that's that deep. Now, I can't see from here how deep that water is over there, but my assumption is it's probably as deep as this, if not deeper. But you can see now we've had, what, 4 or 5 collisions on the northbound transition road, and then we've had the one that we've seen so far. I'm sure there's been others, but I'm on like hair trigger right now, like which way do I point the damn camera? At least one guy has his flashers on, which is good. The guy in the middle over here, I don't know if he's actually in lanes or not, but I see his brake lights coming on. He keeps trying to start the car, but it's not starting. We have what looks like a brake coming northbound. I'm not sure. We have a lull in traffic here, usually indicative of a brake. No, they're still open. So northbound's still coming. And southbound, they were saying southbound at the 101 at Vineland. It's not. It's southbound 170 just before Vineland, so the information is not 100%. Gabe is sending updated information to CHP. Once they have that, then we should be. This guy's flying. And they got here so fast too. I mean, getting the updated information and being able to get these guys in the right spot. And I'm sure they got multiple calls too, because this area is definitely flooded out. But yeah, looks like they're handling business on the southbound side. They've got the whole thing closed, and then it looks like everything's kind of mellowing out here on the northbound, but who knows? It could be the quiet before the storm. I don't know. So once we have a little bit, I think we're good though, honestly, on kind of telling the story here of what's going on. But they definitely need to preemptively get these drains sucked out instead of waiting for them to flood and then causing crashes like this. But again, whether it's flooded or not, that's a road hazard. That's a road condition that you should be expecting when it's raining, and it's your job as a driver to pay attention and slow down in these conditions. It's like snow, rain, ice, conditions like that. You've gotta take it easy. All right, looks like FD's clearing, and they're gonna hold that for a little bit. I think at this point, and I'm sufficiently muddy, I'm sure, but I think at this point, oh, my back is killing me too because I had the camera up there. But I think at this point we have enough to tell the story. So get a couple more shots, and then yeah, we'll be on to the next one. Pretty wild rain stuff going on, huh? Pretty crazy. All right, we're out of here. All right, we're heading into a reported structure fire here in Hollywood, LA City.
We have an exposure on the Delta side.
Yeah.
The Delta side.
They said it was just an attic fire, but now it sounds like it's getting worse. We got heavy, I can see it right here. We've got heavy smoke, and we have 2 patients. There's 2 victims. So we're gonna get in here, we're gonna see what we have going on, and then make sure we're in a spot where we can get ourselves out of here. Yeah, it's gonna be right here. And we don't want to get stuck, so let's try and find a good parking spot.
You got an update on the patient?
Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, I see we've got 1 male patient in rescue 27 right now. That's critical. We're trying to locate the second patient now.
All right, I think we're gonna go right here.
Company's on scene. We got a mayday in progress. Can you get with a mayday? Go ahead.
Oh, jeez, we got a mayday.
And 1 member from rescue 27 unaccounted for.
We have an unaccounted for firefighter. got 2 patients. The other RA is leaving right now. I don't know where that other patient went. Well, Rescue 41 is there. They're saying they have another victim that's going to go with Rescue 41. So at least we know they got to go this way. Pretty heavy fire through the roof. You can see that was very intense. Let's get back over here and see if we can find that second victim. All right, 499. I got 27s took the critical, and I've got Rescue 41 to the south, but I'm not seeing that second victim. Do we have a better location on him?
Bringing out a firefighter to check him out.
All right, so my second victim's a firefighter, because they did have a E-trig activation.
We're all accounting for whether they have the one that went missing be evaluated.
Okay, copy. So just confirming it's not going to be a civilian as the second injury. It's a firefighter.
It's not a confirmed injury, but they're going to check him out. I haven't heard anything about the second victim.
Copy. I heard there were two injured, but if it's a member, then okay. Copy. There we go. City Fire made quick work on this. I heard that there was an injured firefighter. I didn't see that here. They said he was going to be evaluated. RA 41, and then the RA that was to the north, I think it was 27, if I'm not mistaken, took a critical victim, and we had our smoke inhalation victim who was right across from the structure. He's going with 41 to the local area hospital. Again, City Fire, quick work on this. It's a smaller single-family, single-story structure, but they did a really good job, got a quick knockdown, and sounds like they saved some lives tonight. Hopefully the guy that's critical pulls through, but smoke inhalation, burns. I mean, it's on a late night fire like this, 3:30 in the morning, sound asleep, I'm sure. So seeing these guys rescuing those people is always a good thing. We're out of here, we're on to the next one. All right, 455 is going to be clearing. So just a quick recap on a couple stories that are visually interesting. I figured we'd touch on this. I know Gabe always does the rocket launches, the SpaceX ones, but this one he really pulled out all the stops on. Geez. I'll read the details on it. I'm going to kind of skip through it. There's a lot of technical information in here, but wow, what a beautiful visual. What a beautiful visual from Gabe out there in Ventura. He actually went out to Ventura on the coast at night, and you're looking at the ocean, you can see it. Well, I'll let the visual speak for itself. Alex, if you could, Ventura SpaceX Starlink launch, January 14th. Let's take a look at Gabe's video. Ventura, California, SpaceX. This is info from SpaceX. They're targeting Sunday, January 14th for a Falcon 9 launch of the 22nd Starlink, or sorry, correction, of the 22 Starlink satellites that are being launched into low Earth orbit from the Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. That's cool, Space Force. It looks like liftoff was targeted and hit at 12:59 a.m., so pretty much 1 a.m. Let's see, there were other launches in that kind of general vicinity. I'm just kind of skimming through this, but that visual is beautiful. The rocket coming up over the ocean, absolutely gorgeous. I know Gabe films those all the time, but that one is exceptional, absolutely exceptional. There was another incident that Gabe covered down in Vermont Vista. It's going to be the Vermont Vista fatal hit and run. There's an interview there with the sergeant from South Traffic. We're going to actually let the sergeant explain what's going on with that, but Gabe filmed this absolutely beautifully and very respectfully. So let's hear what the sergeant has to say. And there is again, it is a hit and run. They did leave a vehicle behind as far as I'm aware. So if anyone has information regarding this incident in the Vermont Vista area back on January 15th, you can always call Crime Stoppers anonymously, there we go, and report any information that you might have about that and bring closure to this poor family that's out there. So let's let the sergeant explain and take a look at the video.
Tell me what happened here tonight. At about 10:40 this evening, we received a radio call of a hit and run traffic collision versus a pedestrian. When we arrived, the fire department was already on scene and were treating a female adult that was found in the roadway on Vermont at about 93rd. Witnesses advised us that a vehicle traveling northbound on Vermont struck the female adult and a second person and struck them in the roadway as they were crossing in the crosswalk. The female was pronounced deceased by the fire department, and the second person, I don't have any additional info at this time, was transported to a hospital. Later, witnesses contacted us and advised that they saw a vehicle. It's possibly a gray Kia traveling northbound on Vermont at a high rate of speed, strike both of the pedestrians and continue northbound on Vermont. So we're still in the preliminary investigation stage, but we're following up with other witnesses and closed circuit cameras in the area to find out exactly what happened.
Is there a phone number people can call to have any information?
Sure. Anyone with additional information can call our non-emergency line, 1-877-ASK-LAPD.
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
All right, we've got an interesting one as well out of Lancaster. Anthony had a vehicle that drove through a building and ruptured a gas line. Not just into it, like through an entire building. It looks completely insane. Alex, it's going to be the Lancaster vehicle versus structure and gas line. This is the information from Anthony here. LA County Fire and LA County Sheriff's Lancaster Station responded to a call of a vehicle versus structure. Upon arrival, they located a vehicle that had collided into a business front in a shopping center. The car crashed through the front doors of the vacant business and exited through the rear doors and severed a gas line in the process. No one was injured, surprisingly, during this accident, and the suspect fled on foot prior to the arrival of the sheriff's deputies. The accident is currently under investigation, and the visuals on that are just, holy cow, like big thing of drywall sitting on top of that vehicle. So that's kind of the recap over the last couple days, kind of the more interesting or visual stories that the guys have been covering. There's quite a few, obviously, in there. And it sounds like this structure fire is getting wrapped up here, and everybody's okay. Well, the firefighter's okay, and then clearly we saw our smoke inhalation victim. He looked to be doing all right. The victim that was critical, though, we didn't see him. They were in that RA as we walked past. I didn't want to be disrespectful and shove a camera in the back window. I never think that that's appropriate, so we let that go. There was a shot of them kind of just pulling away, but that's okay. That person, we don't know the condition on that person. They could be, oh, careful there, buddy. And we have what looks like, I think that's Heavy Rescue 3 heading toward us right now, if I had to guess, just by the, maybe it's not, I don't know. Just from the light pattern, it looks like the Heavy Rescue, so we'll see. Because they do have the ceiling over what is going on? There we go. The ceiling and the roof is collapsing into that building. It could be emergency air also. Let's see what that is. Might be, oh no, it's emergency air. Womp, womp, womp. Yep, emergency air 1. So that truck carries a bunch of spare bottles, air canister bottles, which is really cool. They have an air pump actually in there, and they do compress the tanks at an incident, and you'll see that piece of equipment showing up at a major fire. This house fire, because it's kind of a prolonged operation, that's when you'll see them requesting equipment like that. But yeah, that piece of kit is very, very cool inside. So yeah, as for the stories that were covered, if you want to see all of the stories, because there's quite a few, the number of stories, it's just insane actually. But if you want to see more of our stories as they're happening, when they happen, you can go over to keynews.tv and click under publications as always and see the stories in their totality. So not just the preliminary information that we get here on Code 2.0, you see the final produced, polished, full scope of the story. And that's thanks to our editors. So very very grateful for that. And the guys do a great job, don't get me wrong. The amount of information that is gathered by the guys in the field is, sometimes I'm like, holy cow, it's just incredible. But with that being said, there's always so much more to it, right? We went to this fire right now, as an example, right? We go to this fire.
One firefighter has
Minor injuries. Okay. So we go to a fire like this. We had the two residents or neighbors, whatever they are. We don't know, exactly what their deal is. The assumption is that they lived in the home. They were injured and transported. But like, what led up to the fire, right? It could be anything from an unattended candle to a space heater, because it is cold. It's down to 55 right now, which again, I know everyone gets nuts with me. For Los Angeles, that's very cold. For the rest of the country and the rest of the world, I know, it's not very cold. But for us, native Angelinos, that it might as well be Arctic outside right now. So it could have been something as simple as that. There's other fires that we go to where it ends up being, anything from a gas leak to a meth lab. I mean, you never really know. And that's why it's so important to get the final information, not from here. This is the adventure of us finding these stories. I mean, that's really what Code 2.0 is about. It's not saying, hey, this is the final information. If you want that and you want to see the totality of these incidents in their completion from, the full scope, the furthest back perspective, again, keynews.tv under publications. That is what we produce. Or watch your local news. That's always a good spot. But yeah, outside of that, those are the stories that we have thus far. And any questions, comments, concerns? No, everything perfect? I went over everything. Didn't miss anything. Not a thing. Wow. Tay's saying we're doing okay here. So that's always, if Tay says it's good, then we know it's good. So, all right, we're gonna be out of here. We're back through the pass northbound, and we'll be on to the next one.